Hey guys, today we got a special video for you. I got Hamlet on the other line on a phone call, and he wanted me to do an interview to share some insight on my experience of starting my authority. And like that, bro.
Yep. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
All right, guys, I see some comments. You're not Hamlet. Yeah.
What does it say?
Looking at some of the comments, you got Al Hairston 2001, Andre, New York Trucker. All right, cool. Nah, imposter. I guess I took over his YouTube account today. So as long as you guys hear him, yo, Hamlet.
Yep, you guys. I think they hear me, bro, because I looked at the video real quick. So
hey, Tina, special shout out to Tina.
You shout out to Tina. So we wanted to do this. I wanted to do this video with my brother. As you guys know, initially me and my brother were teaming, and we had separated, went our ways. And right now he purchased a truck, and he's having a lot of issues as he's trying to get his own authority and kind of really get started and be independent. So Peter, so if you don't mind sharing with the audience, how old are you?
So I'm 22 years old. I started driving. I got my CDL when I was 21. So a year and a half.
As soon as you were 21, pretty much.
Yeah, as soon as I was 21. Some of you guys might remember me from some of the earlier videos. Me and Hamlet used to team drive together, and then we went our separate ways around June of last year. So since then, I worked for another company hauling tanks around the country, and then after that, I wanted to start looking to get my own truck and start my own authority. Me and Hamlet had talked about it. Hamlet was thinking about doing the same thing. So I figured, we could coordinate,
kind of work off each other's
exactly,
hurdles or whatnot. Like, hey, I figured this out. Did you figure this out or whatnot?
And so keep going, bro.
Yep.
So right now, I've applied for my authority about a month and some change back. I had an issue finding the truck that I wanted to buy. As you guys know, you should take time, and whatever you buy, it's not like buying a car. It's more serious than that. And a lot of these trucks, they're out in the middle of nowhere. You're on one part of the country, and you got to go out and see the truck. If you really like it, you might like the truck, but you might not want to take the trip. So and then on top of that, you got a budget, and then on top of that, you might have a truck preference and all this stuff. So finding a truck, it's not the easiest thing in the world. And
the right truck, the one that's good,
Yeah, and then on top of that, you want to make sure.
We got some comments, bro. You need some more light.
I need some more light. I wish there was another way that I could get some more light, but
just rub the computer camera, because I don't know if you're coming out a little blurry.
Or maybe. Get some light in this house. Maybe that does the trick.
So Anyways, oh, that's much better, bro.
Okay.
That's much better.
Just gotta move some stuff.
Yeah, that does the trick right there.
All right. All right, bro. So, take over.
All right, so we got one comment on here. New York trucker, you can get your own authority with a truck. It just won't be active. This only issue I see is getting insurance with being so new in the game. My man, New York trucker, you hit it on the head.
Yep.
So this is what we're going to be talking about in this video. So Pete, what truck did you buy?
I bought a 1987 Peterbilt 379 with a 3406B engine in it.
What made you choose the Peterbilt? Out of all trucks.
I don't want to sound like an arrogant asshole, but but you know, my name is Pete, so I had to pick a Peterbilt, man. I gotta stay loyal to my name. They're beautiful trucks. Those Peterbilts are beautiful trucks. I know a lot of you guys. Some of them are overpriced. You know, you guys might think they're, you know, they might not be worth it or whatever it is. Some of you guys might like Kenworth. Some of you guys like the Freightliners. It's a truck that I thought was affordable. I found an affordable one. It's a long nose. I wanted to get into a long nose, and when you hook those things up, they're really beautiful. So I couldn't.
Okay.
I had to get my hands on one.
So when you got this truck, how much roughly did you pay for it?
I paid $26,000 for the truck.
$26,000. Okay. So one issue I remember you were telling me was pretty much getting, obviously the way you went about it was a little unorthodox. You don't really have to mention it here, but you had to, move money around in order because it was a little bit above your price range. So, you want to elaborate on that? Seeing something that was above your price range, whereas you found another truck that was below your price range, but it might not have been in a good condition that you wanted it to be.
Yeah. So for me, luckily, my situation, I really don't have a lot of hurdles to overcome. So when I was out driving for my last company, I was out every so often, and I could just save my money. I didn't really pay for rent. I don't have children. I own my own car, so I don't have any car payments. I don't have a mortgage to pay. So a lot of the money that I made, it was going into my bank account. And I decided around Thanksgiving that I didn't think I was making enough money as I wanted to. And I had enough money for a down payment for a decent truck. I didn't think it was going to be a new truck. I thought maybe I was going to buy a 2008, 2007, and just keep it going from there. But
then
as I learned, what me and Hamlet learned was a lot of these finance companies, they will they won't give you a certain amount of money. They'll cap you at, let's say, 50 grand if they think you qualify. And then to qualify, each company has their own guidelines of years of driving experience, how old they want you to be, where do they want you to operate, and what your credit rating is. So,
and how old the truck is too.
And then how old the truck is another thing. A lot of them they didn't want to finance trucks anything less than 2008. And
I was having the same issue when I was looking up trucks that were a little bit older. I was looking at 2003s, 4s, or whatnot. I was trying to get something pre-emission, and they were doing the same thing. They didn't want any truck older than 2007, and you know that kind of sucks when you got your mind set on something, and you hear that.
So I found a beautiful truck. It was about 70 grand. I figure, hey, if I'm gonna get into this big loan, that if something happens, like I want the truck that I want. I want a truck for the next 4 or 5 years that I could say like I have no problem being in debt because of this truck. And I like the truck, and then financing was the issue because nobody wanted to lease that truck. Nobody wanted to give me a loan for that truck because it was 1 year off of what their cutoff date was.
Of the age requirement.
And then even if you do find a truck in the year that they want in a recent year, like let's say it can't be older than 10 years, then they also don't want it to be more than 700,000 miles or 650,000 miles. And
so boom. Another thing, another hurdle.
So it's almost like they automatically tell you the price of the truck that you're gonna buy is almost gonna be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Because if you're being honest, who's gonna sell you a good truck with less than 700,000 miles that's new for under 40, 50 grand? Almost nobody. That's why most of the people,
unless you go through a private seller.
And then that's another problem. If you go through a private seller, the financiers are less inclined to give you a loan for a private seller than they would a dealership, because at least with the dealership, they can sort of locate the truck and find out, like they could repo it if anything happens. They know where it's at. They know where you live. They know where.
It's more easier for them to do that because the dealer got your information, they got your information, and so there's more people hunting down your shit than just the private seller.
Exactly. So where does that leave you at?
Hey, exactly. Where does that leave you at? And if you guys are just coming in, don't forget to hit the master like button and master subscribe button, and check out more of our videos. We're gonna continue going on. And so now that you got your truck and you overcame those hurdles of getting the truck, what was the next thing?
Got the truck. The next thing, obviously, is insurance. You got to register the truck. When you start out your authority doesn't get activated until you have insurance. And
starting the authority was pretty easy, right? It was just like, pretty much you could pay a company or you could do it yourself, $300. That's not the issue.
Yeah, that's starting out your business starting out the authority, doing the paperwork for it is the least of your worries. I've been on the phone with the insurance all week, last week and this week, and it's tough for new venturists, new trucking venturists. It's really tough. They want you to, nobody tells you these things, but they don't want to insure people that are under 25, or they don't want to.
So boom.
They don't.
That's which category you're falling under. In.
They don't want to insure people who have less than 3 years experience. They don't want to insure certain trucks that are older. Right,
so it just seems like everything, in a way, starts kind of working against you, because everything that you just mentioned all applies to you. You're a young buck coming up in this industry, and you're less than 25 years old. the truck you bought is a 1987, so it's a really old truck. And then you're a new venture. You know, you just started your authority, so not many people want to deal with you because they're considering you high risk. And we got one comment here.
I want to give a shout out to Alfonso Carrington. He says, if you're new, it's not hard getting insurance. It's expensive. Couldn't be any truer.
It's going to be risky with a 1987 going over the road. You have to have money put back in your maintenance. Yep. As well as banks don't want to take chances on older trucks because of maintenance issue, consider high risk. Yeah, that's another good point. Yeah. But the issues that you're running into the insurance company when you try to get the insurance, what was Progressive offering?
So Progressive was offering me insurance annually for $13,500, which is really good because you know you get the primary insurance, you get the $100,000 cargo insurance, which is almost the industry based. This is the industry minimum that you need, and $1 million liability insurance, and you get your the bobtail that you need. So
what's the kicker?
The kicker is they want 100% of the money. They want a straight up payment of the $13,500
for your whole year.
For the whole year in one payment.
Okay, and then this is, guys. You know, in case you guys are wondering, this is every state is going to be different. Every insurance company is going to be different, but this is for operating out of New York, which is very difficult thing to do. It eliminates a lot of markets because New York is just, they have a lot of rules and a lot of insurance companies don't operate here in New York. The other kicker you had to operate only for your first year, 500-mile radius.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that you're paying $13,000. You're paying for insurance, but you don't have the ability to run where you need to run. So I was
to make some good money.
Exactly, and I was expecting to do over the road, and now I'm being forced to stay within the state almost, or within the tri-state area. So that really puts a damper on my plans because, you know, I didn't even know that something like this would come up.
Okay. And what was the other insurance company that they told you they couldn't take you because your truck was too old, right?
Yeah. What was that insurance called, bro? Nyco.
Nyco would have used you, right? But the issue was
these are people that'll take anybody. They'll take anybody.
These people that take anybody
before a price, and the price is steep, like almost double of what Progressive was offering. It's like $24,000 and $23,000. And that's yeah. They'll let you pay it off, I guess, if you see that as an option. But do you really want to pay double the amount of insurance when you could have had it for half the price if you just had if you just ponied up the whole thing at once?
Right.
I mean,
this insurance is pretty much free money. You want to get this down to not the cheapest amount, but a good rate, so that you're not overpaying, and you can put this money back into your maintenance fund, or put it somewhere else into business. We have New York Trucker says, get with Terry Rushing. He's a new venture and got a good deal on this. I don't want to shout out Terry's government, but Terry did help me out with this insurance, and that's the same person that we're going through with this insurance. Terry is different because Terry is in a different category than what Peter is in and what I'm in, because Terry is 35 years old and he's much older. So the insurance companies are looking at him as a much more responsible individual. So Terry was able to get into a whole different category that me and my brother couldn't even get into.
Exactly.
So thanks for that comment, New York trucker. So for me dealing with my insurance when I'm trying to get the authority for myself was I had the age. Compared like my brother, I'm much more older than him, but I was still getting dinged because Progressive was giving me that 500-mile radius thing as well. Or
shout out to New York.
One company was going to insure me, but I could only put one truck per year, which that's something I wasn't looking at all. Then the other company was NICO, and I could have just paid through the tail. And then the other insurance company was not taking the 1999, but they were taking the 2000. So pretty much what I was going to do with the 1999, either I had to lease it on somewhere else, or I'm going to have to get rid of it. So those were what kind of was limiting me on my authority thing. And so you're feeling some kind of way now though, because you overcame the obstacle of getting a truck, and now you're trying to get insurance, and now this is another obstacle.
Exactly. And then another thing is, even if I do get the insurance and I do register the truck and I do activate my authority, I don't want to say it's the last piece of bullshit, but the other part of the story is, I gotta wait for my IFTA sticker. It's
There's something different in New York. Yep.
Exactly. Yep. I gotta wait for the IFTA sticker, and 2 to 3 weeks it comes. They say it's 3 weeks, so I'm not expecting to be working for 3 weeks. I'm in the Bronx, so as you guys know, this is the southernmost part of the state of New York, and the only way to get out is to take 87 all the way to Albany. If I wanted to go upstate, if I were able to find loads within the state,
500-mile radius,
because of the IFTA, I cannot leave the state, and that's what I'm having. That's another thing. I would do work in the state, but because of where I'm situated in the Bronx, the only place I can go up is through 87 up to Albany, and then I would have to go like across 90 if I wanted to go to Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo. And that's the long route.
You pretty much can't do shit.
I can't do anything. It's not worth it for me to do anything in these next 3 weeks, even if I were to get the insurance and everything. So I would be paying three weeks of insurance for free on top of that. It seems like never-ending bullshit, and I'm not, I don't want to sound pessimistic or anything, but I know a few of you guys who are going to start your own authority are going to go through the same shit. And, me and Hamlet, we really just wanted to make this video because we're trying to
out there, because like I would have just started looking at insurance from the jump before I even got the truck, because then I would have known, okay, like, look, this is where I need to buy. Like, I have to buy this kind of truck, or what's my age, limit? Are they looking for dudes 35 or 25 or 21, or what's the deal? Because now you're leaning to what? Leasing on, right?
Yeah. Now, if I don't have all the money up front to pay for Progressive, the $13,500, I can't do Progressive. Or I would have to make the decision to see if it would be worth it for me paying this high-priced insurance and still running under my own authority, or I could lease and not run under my authority, but have the insurance and still be able to use my truck, and use it if I wanted. If I called them up and somebody wanted to hire me today, I could drive tomorrow.
So leasing is not all that bad. Like, what people leasing onto a company, it's not all that bad what people make it seem. It's just It just all depends on
the company that you
the
listen to.
situation.
Yeah. Also, the company that you listen to, because a lot of people
Yep.
they still promise you hopes and dreams, and you won't know how things are in the company unless you start working for them. Because even if you know somebody that works in a company, they might not they might get better treatment than you do, or things just things just might be a whole different. They might be on a whole different thing than you are, and maybe they don't trust you, maybe they want to start you out slow, or whatever the case is. So we just wanted to make this video for you guys because we haven't seen there was a video out there like this for us, and we just wanted to give you some insight on some things that you're going to run through, and just so you guys don't feel like the world is against you when you guys are going through your stuff. It's tough.
Yep.
It's tough. And Hamlet's got 3 trucks, right? 3 trucks?
Yep.
So I can imagine how he's feeling.
So the other and the other thing is just don't forget whoever's coming in here late, go ahead and hit the like button and smash the subscribe button and share this out. Somebody that you're looking at is thinking about starting their own authority. Tell them, hey buddy, watch this video. Maybe they might learn something off of it. It says New York trucker. How much were your plates in New York? Plates in New York for me, I paid about $1,500 per truck, right? Is that how much you pay, bro? Oh, you're not even there
I'm
yet,
not
right?
even there yet, bro. I can't get the insurance.
You can't get the insurance, right? So you got to have the insurance before you get the thing.
And then I was told that there are certain states that don't pay for commercial tax vehicles. They don't pay the sales tax.
The sales tax.
And I think New York just happens to be one of them. So just our luck.
Oh my God, Anthony Flex. Yeah, Florida, Miami, really expensive for insurance. Progressive was asking me $12,000 down, $6K a month. Holy shit! Wow. Because they got all those dudes stealing people for stealing people's trucks and shit, But anyways, do you feel like you started too young? Because you were saying that.
Yeah.
The dudes is knocking you in the head, like you were saying.
I don't know. And it's not only for just the owner op. Like it's not only for starting my own authority, but like I remember out of trucking school when I just got my CDLA, there's certain jobs that I couldn't apply to because they wanted me to be 22 or they wanted me to be 23, and it doesn't matter how much years experience you have. You could have a year or 2 years, or they might only require 6 months, but if you're not if you're not where they want you for the age limit, they won't care how much years of driving experience you have. And that sucks because it's not my fault I started early. I mean,
yeah, right?
It's not my fault I started early, So I guess that's the insurance thing again, because a company can't hire anybody that their insurance won't insure them.
Yep.
So it's like the insurance people, they got the whole trucking industry by the balls.
And that's why those mega carriers are so successful, because they are self-insured and they pretty much call the shots.
Yep.
And so, anyways, let's a lot other comments. The Wiz, you can use my address to be a cheaper insurance here in Texas, man.
I would love
New York
to,
trucker. New York trucker, 2,400 plates, yeah. And then it says, Gabriel Santiago, do you think that maybe you should have stayed a company driver a little longer?
What do you think about that, Hamlet?
I don't think so. I think, for a guy that's as ambitious as you are and as probably me, you could have easily at least saved up your money and still got a used truck. Maybe you should have not gotten such an old truck. Maybe found out from the insurance first, But like I said, we didn't know this stuff, and we're just kind of going through this stuff. So maybe you should have at least find out through insurance, kind of, hey, what are they looking for? Are you guys looking for 2,000 or newer, or what's the case? You know, and maybe you won't have so many hurdles as me and my brother are. So I don't think he should have, because you were a company driver, you already had your mind set on what we both wanted to do. So I think if anything, you just should have stayed leased onto a company a little bit longer than kind of going on getting your own authority. But hey, I mean, that's what we're finding out, and yeah.
And that's not to say there's anything wrong with being a company driver, but some people.
There could be some good companies that you could drive for, and they'll pay you very handsomely, and it'll be worth your time.
Like,
i.e., I'm hiring.
Like Cybertron, But some people they want to work for themselves. They don't want to have to answer to nobody. And
yep.
The faster that is for me, the better off I would be as a person, I think. And to each his own. I mean, I wish I would have stayed working as company driver for a little while longer, and saved maybe $10,000 more dollars. But it's done now. It is what it is, and you got to move on.
Yep.
What part of the Bronx you from? From 161st Street, Yankee Stadium. Not too far from it. Let's go Yankees.
All right, so I think I pretty much asked you all the questions I wanted to ask. We are going to do one more video kind of like this, and we're going to explain why me and my brother did go our separate ways, and because everybody just keeps asking me the question. But, which is, I don't mind explaining whatever, but it'll be a good video to talk about. Anyways, you got anything to say to the audience about your whole experience or what?
Not really, guys. I mean, we're gonna keep making some videos out there that other people don't really make, some more informative videos. And if you guys have any questions, for those who are like watching the video late, post up some questions if you have any. And
comment.
Yeah, comment and hit that like button definitely. And we'll be here. You guys know where we're at, and keep on trucking, guys. Stay safe.
And my biggest advice is just before you go out and get your own authority and leave the company you're at, is make sure all your ducks in a row. Find out before you buy that truck. Find out, get a quote from insurance, because you can do that. The only thing you got to do is give them a year and make a model. So you can just say, hey, I'm looking at this 2002 Volvo or 2002 Kenworth, Freightliner, Peterbilt, whatever, and you can get an insurance that they can tell you the guidelines what you should kind of stick by, so that you won't have hurdles like this. So go ahead and hit the like button. We're going to be signing off here. I appreciate you, Peter, my brother, for doing this video and taking time out of the day to do this. And hope you guys enjoy this video.
Of course, bro. No doubt. All right, guys. Pro Trucker signing off.
Later, guys.
All right. Are you sure you want to end your stream? End.